Hello you sexy sausages, and today I'm going to be going through some different teams featuring the popular and hip combo of Salah and Sterling. You greedy bar stewards. I've got 3 teams here for you, each of one focusing on defence, midfield and then attack. The first one is with a strong defence with a backline of Ederson, Trent, Robertson, Laporte and Digne. So we've gone for double Liverpool and Man City defence and the other popular option of Lucas Digne, all with great attacking potential, even Ederson getting the assists, and all of the great chances of getting clean sheets for the absolutely holy premium of defenders. A strong backline and clean sheets is something I can't say after a curry, but as Theresa May said once, strong and stable, which is exactly what this defence is. Now this is a lot spent at the back, and with Salah and Sterling you don't have as much funds to butter spread over the rest of the team, but with all these players and a bare minimum bench, it allows 4 6.5 million players, so I've gone for these. Could have gone for any combination of these with Tielemans and Jota as well, or any other 6.5 million player, so it shows you that if you have a very solid defence and Salah and Sterling, it would be quite hard to get in good players elsewhere. I personally don't like spending this much in defence, especially if you have a couple of premium players, but you could trade out some of these and put funds elsewhere, with most of these defenders having cheaper alternatives. I would recommend either dropping half the defenders to their cheaper options or even dropping Sterling to make sure you have a balanced team, because there's no point of having the best players with other players that might as well be in the bin instead of the pitch. It's much more important to get a balanced team where every player can contribute to getting a good points total. Our next Salah and Sterling team is focusing on a very strong midfield. So our back line is Ryan, Van Dijk, Zinchenko, Wan-Bissaka and Coleman. So as you can see, I'm still getting the Liverpool and Man City defence cover and also cheaper defence options, but still pretty good. And then as you will see, you can use those funds and donate them to the other positions. So in midfield, I've gone for De Bruyne, Sigurdsson and Zaha. Now again, you can go for some different combinations, such as Pogba, Bernardo and Richarlison. So you can see just how much you can still get into the midfield with Salah and Sterling if you have cheaper defence and the attack of King, or any other 6.5 million forward, aka another player for the bin. I personally think this is a much better option than going all out in the back, because they are all much more likely to score even in hard games, as you can get the best of best players. Because even though you might not have the value, locker room DJ and quality in defence, a defender could still get points in clean sheets without having to do anything or even playing well. But an attacker would have to do something themselves, such as a goal or assist, to get points back. I recommend going for a stronger midfield over defence, as I would feel a lot more confident, and even if the players' teams play against each other, they could both still get decent points, but defenders' teams playing against each other could potentially stop both of their clean sheets, Vindaloo style. And my final Salah and Sterling team is focusing on the forwards. Now I decided to go for the same balanced defence as last team, and I don't want to be an Amazon Echo Dot repeating myself, so you know why they are here. So with Salah and Sterling, we also have Brooks as a cheaper midfield option to be able to splash the cash up top with still decent potential of points. So then the attack is Vardy, Wilson and Haller, which I guess isn't the best of forwards, saying that's what we've aimed for here, but it is really difficult to get Salah, Sterling and a premium forward unless you want the rest of your team to be absolute melons. So Vardy and Wilson are in that bracket of better than the minimum play, but not quite premium. It's like a free trial snaps, not quite premium. I've also gone for Haller, or you could go for Jimenez, but you would say one of these front 3 would be very likely to score, so is that just as good as a premium forward? So there we have it, 3 teams with Salah and Sterling, and now I just want to discuss the pros and cons of going for Salah and Sterling to make you decide if you should do it or not. So the bad points are you won't be able to have another premium player unless you have some proper weak links in the team, and you don't want to be the weakest link, because then you'd have to say goodbye. You can still have decent forward and midfield players, but not the ones you know will score all the time. I also don't like the combo because they are the 2 most expensive players, so if you want to build a team around them, you suddenly got a very similar team to everyone else. Your team would literally be a mirror, and to me that's quite boring. Also, because of their price and not having the best of team around them, if they both don't score in a game week, that's potentially a disaster. But the good points are you know they will score most of the time, being potentially the highest scoring again, making sure you always get those points. And also a great option to captain, as it is likely they could score a few goals and assists in a single game. I personally am not sure if I will go for this pairing or not yet. I don't think I will at the start of the season, but if they both keep performing consistently, then I will have to get both of them in. Let me know what one out of the 3 teams you would choose, or what other players you would change. So thanks for watching, and remember,
don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now.